I said, was 3D. This video is just going to be on setting up a shape and a letter for working in Ray Trace 3D. We'll be going into more complex stuff in the other video tutorials I'm going to make. So I'm just going to make one letter, my name, and remember we changed the preview resolution, and then I'm going to add a shape. I'm going to go for something round, so I'll make an ellipse, like such. Okay, so we've got our shapes. I'm going to put this down here so that we can see everything a little bit better. Alright, now remember 3D enabled, always check your switches and modes button down here on the bottom. I'm already in the switches, but if you're in modes, that's for blending and adding track mats and alpha and luma mats. So you just click switches and modes to switch back to your switches. And I'm going to 3D enable these. That is right here, this column with the 3D block. So I click there, and it's going to take a little bit because now we're working in 3D. So I'm going to let you watch that colorful pinwheel spin around. Let me zoom out. Okay. So now both of them are 3D enabled. All I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over a little bit. This is the anchor point. Now we have a gizmo. The basics of 3D. This is the z-axis. That's the x-axis. And that's to move something along the y-axis. Z is back and forth towards the camera. X is side to side. And Y is up and down. So just look at the way the arrows are pointing. This is going up, that one's going to the side, and this one's pointing towards the camera. So that's how you move things in 3D space. I'm going to change that anchor point. Oops. Nope, wrong button. It's the command key on the Mac. I just dragged it that way to move it. This one is over here in the corner. I'll keep that there. That's fine. Okay, so we've got our 3D shapes. Now we're just simply going to extrude them. So under each layer, we'll look at the geometry options. And I'm using my hand tool to just pan up in there. Okay, so here's geometry for both layers. There is bevel depth, your whole bevel, and your extrusion. So I'm going to add a bevel. I'm going to make this one angular. No, I'm going to make this one concave for the shape, the circle. And for the text, I'm going to make that angular. This bevel, I'll give this one a big bevel. You don't want a huge bevel on your text. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. And for this one, I'll give it 3. Now the extrusion is how far in Z space it's going to go, like how far back. So I'm just going to make this one 80, so it goes back really far. No, we'll make it further than that. I'll make it 120. And this one, I will make just 45 for the letter. Now, as you can see, it's all blotchy and blurry, but the camera is straight on. So I'm going to now add a light. I went layer, new, light. I'll make this blue. That's fine. Light 1. And then I'm going to go layer, new, add camera. I'm just going to make this default. Make sure enable depth of field's on. F-stop. Let's make this 2.8, I guess. So it's a little deeper. Now you can already start seeing some of the depth we added. Now that we've got a light in the scene. Oh, I still have it on the anchor point. Sorry about that. Use your black arrow tool. So I'm going to move this point of interest right here. Over there. Okay, so now these are extruded. The next video I'm going to show you working in the 4-camera mode and adding another light. Well, before we do that, I'll duplicate this light. Okay, so we've got 2 lights. I'm going to point this one more towards the front, like such. And then the other one we'll put directly over the text to make it a different color. So that will be the next video. This was just showing you how to extrude out into 3D for ray tracing.